Okay, take your time. So here we were last time. We have just created a new task. Now what I have done is I have just removed this hello world and replaced this string. You can see it is giving me a little warning here, as it is not a right practice to do so, because the right practice is you have to store your string here in strings.xml file, and then you have to use it. So here I think there is okay. Here there is already a resource, but it's not the exact string which we want. So yes, here you can see the app is already installed on my mobile, and here you can see the changes made, which can be seen here. So it's just showing happy birthday. The It is just the same layout which we were expected to bring. So let's get to the next part. So now it is asking us to remove all the layouts. This text view. Yeah. What we have to do is you have to delete the text view and add new two text views. Okay, and learn how to position them with constraint layout. So we are already in constraint layout. As you can see, the view group here is already a constraint layout view group. So now what we have to do is we have to add two different text views here. So I think the first text view, yeah, okay, it contains happy birthday Sam. So what they want is they want us to bring it at the top part. So I think it will be wrap content, and this should also be wrap content. Okay, so now you can see the errors it is giving to me. The reason is because I haven't constrained the layouts or constrained the view which I'm supposed to be. In constraint layout, you have to tell the layout where it should be. The accurate positions must be present in. So what I can do is I can just top and then mm, constraint top to the top of parent. So you can see here it goes to parent, and then what I will do is I will again constraint left to the left of parent again. So what happens now? That the whole that text view gets stick to the topmost right corner. So here the text view will be. But now what we have to do is we have to add a padding, or you can add margin as whatever you feel good you can do that. Now what I am doing is I am now going to just add text to it now so that we can see something. So I think it was supposed to be happy birthday Sam. So here I think it might not be visible to you, but okay, let's just see what is the output for it till now. See, the text is now showing at the topmost corner. So now what we have to do is we have to add padding to it. Adding left 16 dp. So here dp is basically density pixels. So it's just a percentage of pixels you want to which you want to be there, or you can just scale it accordingly. So that's why we use this, because the layouts might change or the sizes of screen might change, but what it will help us to do is it will just bring the uniformity in the layout or calculations in our app, so that we don't have to worry with the width of every device. See, now once we add padding, it just get shifted a little bit more. So that's what we were supposed to do here, and we have done it now. Okay, yes, there is 16 dB. Then what we have to do is, yeah, okay. So same thing, but just at the bottom from Emma. Okay, let's just do it fast. So text view again wrap content, because we don't want it to we don't want it to acquire whole width or just part of the screen. We just want it to get get the part of screen which it requires. So now what we have to do is, again we have to constrain bottom to the bottom of parent, and now right to the right of parent, and then we have to add text to it from Emma, and then again padding from bottom 16 dB, and again padding to the right 16 dB. Here in, see, there are two ways to do so. I'm just doing from XML. I'm using XML to do the things, right? But here the tutorial shows you, or the if you go through the study gems, it also shows you how to use the easy to use UI. Just like here, I think. Let me just show you. Just wait for a second so that we can see the changes. Okay, there are changes. We have brought our app to that final layout here. So now what the Android Studio teaches here is, here you can use this design view also. So here now you can see there are different text views, buttons. Now here you can see the component tree. The component tree, what does it shows? It shows there is a basic and main view group called constraint layout, and it has two childs. That is, both are text view and both contain different text. So you can use here. If you go through study jam, you will get to know how to use this section. And I'm just showing you code section because that is also necessary. Right? It becomes necessary when you have to be more accurate, or you need to plan more smartly, because this is something which is much more I think much more helpful than using design view. So in this we have added happy birthday. Okay, so text size. Okay, we have to change text size to 36 sp. Again, this sp, dp, these are both density pixels. There is nothing different. Okay, just taking to part of screen now. Then what we have to do is, yes, we have to change this. See, they are explaining it. DP is density independent pixels. Just as I told you, it is just percentage of the screen, so that you don't have to consider the density or the width of the screen. And the SP stands for scalable pixels. This is again the different unit, which is used when setting of the size of text. By default, SP is same size as DP, but it resizes based on the user's preferred text size. So now we have to, what we have to do is we have to change the font family now, I guess. Yes. To sans serif light. And then text color to black. Okay, so we have to bring this changes to all of this, to both of them actually. So I'm just copying pasting here. Okay, then just run it again to see what changes it has brought to our screen. Okay, sorry. Okay, so here you can see the app now looks a bit more beautiful now. Let's go to next part. Okay, so now this is the resource section. Now what we have to do is we have to, I think, clone this one. We have to download zip of it, then locate it. Okay, we have to unzip it, then start. Okay, we have to import it. Okay, so yeah, we just got downloaded now. So what we can do is if you are using WinRAR, you don't have to do this, but I am doing this because I'm not currently using WinRAR or anything like that. So that's why I did this. So now what we can do is we can stop it, and then we have to open. We have to go through files, then click on open, and then we have to go to our destination folder. Oh no. Okay, this is the happy birthday app. So now you can see the app is currently building. So we have to give it a bit more time to build. Now we have imported our project. Then okay, we have to run it and check. I will show you that output also. Okay, so actually we are done with it. They are just showing the solution to us. I don't think there will be a big difference. Just now we have done it. We can check that out also. Now let's take. Now let's go further. Okay. Now what we have to do is we have to do the following things. First, create our own birthday card app based on our own designs, and then start thinking about views you will need, what order the easiest to add them, and what images you will need. Okay, so there are two images commonly used for Android apps called JPEG and PNG files. Yes, just like I was about to tell you, the PNG files can have transparent areas also. So it is very helpful when you are designing because the transparent section doesn't actually it doesn't destroy the beauty of the background you have created. The colors don't get blurred out. Okay, just okay. Okay, so I just got to go ahead. From here we are supposed to start. Okay, here we will get to know about image view now. Hello, am I audible? I think the screen is stopped. Some issues are going on.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thanks. Confirming just second. Okay. So you can, yes, now we can use, you can use the solution code from previous section, or just we have created it, so we are going to go with our own code. So I think if it's not yet built, we can just cancel it. Okay. We are just then moving back to our own app. That will be much more better. So now what we have to do is we have to go to the section and then get the images. Okay. Okay. So we are just going to get both of these files, JPG and PNG. See here there are both of those images. So now what we have to do is we have to get both of them to the drawable folder. So here you can see under resources there is a drawable folder where we are supposed to store all of our apps, all of our images or anything. Basically we store images only there, images or any another section or any vector image you can store it there. Okay. So now here there is a standard method which you can use, but I am just going to show you a shortcut how to do this. Just let me check, they have different names over. Okay. So what you can do is you can just drag and drop them to the driver folder. It just ask you to refactor it. So it's just done. So now when you open your drawable folder, you can see there are both the images. Okay, in Android part, yeah. In Android Party, there is both JPG and PNG image available. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to add the image to it. So now what we will do is we will just, I think it is, okay, just let try doing wrap content. Okay, so now we have to again constraint it up. So what I will do is I will just do right to the right of parent. Parent. Same with left. And then we will talk. Okay, so before doing this, you have to add an ID to your text view so that you can refer it and across the layouts or across whole app. So now what I am going to assign it is uh, wish. Yeah. So net ID will be wish because we are wishing it because we are wishing there. So just make it a bit more easier wishing. And then what I will do is I will just constrain top to the bottom of, and again you can see here it just bought that ID, those the ID wishing. So now it will get below the happy birthday Sam. So now here you have to use source attribute. So now once I do source, here you can see there is a color, there are basically now it's showing on color. Yeah. At the bottom there were drawable. So now once you get to the drawable, if I click on Android party, then if I want to go to okay, it's working here only. So we have achieved the layout which we want. I think. Let's just check it by running it now. What output it just brings to us. And duplicate resources. There are PNG and JPG. Okay. So I think we have to delete one of them. So I'm just deleting JPG part. Now let's try running it. So till the time it's building, what we can do is we can go to the next section. Okay, so I think here they were constraining it accordingly. That's completely okay. Okay, so this was not something which we were supposed to, I guess. What we can do is we can just let's make it to code mode for a bit simplicity now. What we can do is we can just remove this wishing part and we can constrain its top to the top of parent and then bottom to the bottom of parent. I think now it should look a bit nicer. Basically now I'm here using Visor, but you can use your AVDs because I'm not running my AVD because most of the time laptop can't handle AVD manager and meetings together. See now we have reached the desired output. It looks a bit more nicer now. Happy birthday Sam, image and then Emma. Basically you have to take care is when you add an image view to it, you have to bring it in middle. If you add image view at the topmost part, then it will look then you will see the image before happy birthday Sam. Now in constraint layout it might give you an error or it might get overlaid out. So now if once while you are seeing this, I think you just observe one thing before I just changed the constraints. The from Emma was overlapping with image and it was looking up. It was looking above the image. It was stacked up above the image. So this is something which happens because of constraint, because of the way you order them. If I bring the image layout to the bottommost part, then it won't bring any effect on layout because it is constraint layout. You can add any way you want. With the image view, and the text view will now get overlaid out, so you can't see from Emma. So those are the changes we have to take care of. Okay, so now we are done with it. Yeah, we have already done that. We don't have to worry about it now. Okay, so now what they want is they want us to scale it to full image. Okay. Okay, so to do this in my language, what we have to do is we now want we have to remove the wrap content and we have to do match parent. So what match parent does it scales it up to the parent's height and width. So I think this should work, hopefully. Okay, there are no changes visible. Mm, Okay, so let's go and follow the tutorial a bit more part. What is asking us to remove the wrap content or anything and just make it to 0 dp. Again, same for the width, I guess. Yeah, the layout height is also supposed to be done in 0 dp. And then the scale type. Mm, Center crop, okay. So let's just go to split view. Okay. Okay, now here you can see one more thing. which I was telling you all about. See, you can't see Happy Birthday Sam because I just wrote it before image view. So whichever is at the bottommost part or whichever is the recent, because it starts reading from the topmost part and then it goes to the bottommost part. So whichever is recent for it, it just gives it more priority. So now you can see the from MI is here. So now once I just cut it, cut this text view, uh, cut this text view from here and just bring it at bottom. So now you will see that the text is again visible. See, that's what it is. Okay. So we are almost in this. Okay. Now we are going to adopt good practices. Okay, so exactly. It's just the same thing I was telling you all about. Okay, so here they have hard coded it. They have the things they are done by the developers, but I will show you another way of doing this. So here the missing constraint description. So here once I click on this, what you can do is you can set constraint description. Okay, this is stupid. Let me just remove it and let me just bring it birthday card. So now I think okay. So here there is again the string constraint. Just I told you the string is not supposed to be hard coded. So now here what we are going to do is we are going to extract the string resources. So now you can just name it whatever you want. The resource name will be, and now here I am keeping it to default. So the resource name is Happy Birthday Sam. What it just does, it just removes all those extra things and just add underscore to words what you have done to it. Okay. Once you click on OK, you can see the changes in your strings.xml file. So the string name here there is the name which is supposed to be referred here. So now you can see there is a source directory at the rich string and then it just goes there. So now I am just going to do the same thing with all of them. So I don't get anything. What's there here? Okay. So now we have adopted the good practices they told to us. Now why this? This is the good practice to use the strings.xml file. It is because you can use that string again and again. You don't have to hard code. Now here there were only few words, but in case there is a paragraph or many of the developer use lorem ipsum. So what you can do is you can just store the lorem ipsum into a string resource file, and then you can just use it again and again. So now we are done with the Happy Birthday app. Here we have created our first Android app called Happy Birthday app. Okay, this is not the right one. This is the right one, I guess. Yeah, we are done till third unit. Now what we will do is we'll start the fourth part of it. Here we are going to learn about classes, objects, instances, and all those things. I think I've already just some of the first. You can see it. Okay. So this is the I think final view of app. I don't think because of time constraints it will get completed. But what you can do is you can just continue from where we left today because there will no further uh, helping sessions like this. The further sessions will be like doubt solving session. We will start making a group, a WhatsApp group for it, or you can just post your doubts in Android Study Jam section. Yeah, that will be much more better than using those. Let me just show you. Whenever you want to, okay. So whenever you have any doubt for you, means you think you are stuck or you are not getting any concept. So what you can do is you can just post it here, or you can just tag any one of us. You can tag Suyash or Tejas, or I think it's not showing me. You can just tag take time, and one of our Android member will reply your doubts. So that will be the helpful part for you. Okay, so I think the Android Studio work is done now. We have to again get back to the IntelliJ ID because it's just fun main now. We can't do this with Android Studio. Can just close it a little bit ease. Okay, even I am using those. Then we can use Kotlin Playground. So whomsoever is also on mobile can also follow along with us. Okay, so we are going to use random function here. I think the playground must have started here. Okay, so now what it wants to do is it wants to use the int range. So what the int range does is you have to just provide the starting part, then put two dots, and then you have to uh, give the ending integer. So it's just like uh, range function, I think, the range function in Python, or it's just same like for loop. Let me no need video, no need of you now. Okay. So, and the thing is, it is inclusive. So it just one, it includes one also, it includes six also. So we'll just try this out. Value equals to one dot six. So now we will do print and uh, okay, okay, it was supposed to be doing reach. Okay, so now it's just showing output. It will just show random number from 1 to 6. It's just showing 2. Okay, yeah. It started from 3. I'm just repeating or what? When 1 just as, yeah. So here can you see the 6 is also inclusive here. So in most of the languages, the last part is exclusive, but here in Kotlin, it's inclusive. Then, okay, we just use this print line as they asked us to do so. Okay, the random numbers are also not that random. So now we are going to get started with OP part of it. So now we are going to create a class, a dice class. Then we are going to create variable size which is equal to 6. Okay, so we are now going to see how to use this class variable. So let's just remove all of this and do that dice equals to and then we will maintain the sides. Okay, so it's now printing the sides of the dice, the variable which we created in the previous class. Okay, now we have to make a role function. My bad. I didn't added a parenthesis to it. Yeah. Then what we can do is we can just do this from 1 to 6. Yeah, I just missed one. So this should be looking like the function. Okay. Then we have to call that role function here. Okay, it's working. Okay, now we are going to see how we can return. Now here we are printing, but in case you want to use this in our code, then we have to learn how to return or to pass the values. So now we are going to issue it and then return the number instead of printing it out. So just printing this out. Say the output doesn't change, but now what you can do is you can just process it further by passing this value into your another function. So it was suppose related to this one. Okay, got one. So now what we can do is we can just now here we were fixing the sides variable. Now we can what we can do is we can change or here okay here we can use our sides variable so that we can change the constraints by just changing only one variable and we don't have to move everywhere else. So now we will change it to 20. Yes, we are going to do it. It's completely okay. You can see the changes. Okay, here you can see the changes. Okay, it's the same thing right here. It's just completely same thing. Okay, now what we are going to do is we can we are going to change a bit configuration of our class so that we can change our constructors value and we can take the sides variable from our user instead of hard coding us by our own self. Okay, now if I just run it like this, it will show me error because I haven't passed the value here. So let me pass it 15 sides. Okay, now that was my mistake. So now it's working now. Just okay. So this is how you have to use your constructors. You have to set your constructors. So now we are again adopting good practices to reduce the LOC, the line of code, as we can just reduce this. These all lines were redundant. Okay, I think we were done till this part. I think we can just go with next instances, just like getting another part of explore layout and then do it on your own because there are some issues I think with my laptop now. And we have also done with our own time. Okay, there are still issues going. Okay, so once you're done with that, the next things are creating interactive dice roller app. Then add the conditional behavior if else if what we win or and then you have to just add the images where you can why if else because you have to there learn where the things we were doing in our first session if else or when how to use when it is just like switch case. So why switch case? Because you have to change the images. If the value comes out to be 6, then you have to bring the image which has 6 on it. So that's why you are going to use this. So now the next section there is what we can build with these basics. So you have images and basic overview, what you can use them or what you can do with it. So now once you will do this, the basic section gets over. then you have to get into the layout section. So that will just bring you the end of Android studies and beginner tutorials. Then once we are done with it, we'll go for the prior programming track where it's more interesting and more knowledgeable for you. So thank you guys to be for being with us. We can end our session now. If you have any doubts, you can ask me.